Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope everyone's well. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Virgo out there, so guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Also keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, Virgo, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Virgo? Virgo. All right, Virgo, you are starting out with the Lovers. You have the Emperor. And you have the Six of Swords in the reverse. Wow. So this is, for the most part, this is pretty good energy. I do feel like you're really taking charge of your life right now. You may have a very big decision to make with regard to love. It could be between two or just a very big decision. And I feel like you're kind of stuck. You haven't quite made the decision. I feel like you will because you're going to take charge of the situation. But with the Six of Swords here in the reverse, there's a little chaos, and I feel like it's internal. It could be external, but there's a little chaos, and you haven't quite moved forward from this. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Virgo's energy. The Emperor is a very high vibrational energy, so that's good. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. We have the Death card in reverse, Sun of Scorpio, and the Magician, Gemini. All right, so the person in your energy, I feel like they've got some stuck energy too. You both do. There could have been some sort of an ending between the two of you. If so, this person is still very much emotionally attached. It could also be, though, that this person is resisting a transformation of some sort, which ironically, it's a manifestation that they would have actually manifested. So I do feel like this is somebody who is a very strong manifester. They have a pretty good self-esteem, as do you. There's this energy of them feeling like they have all the tools necessary to create what it is that they want. So let me see the energy between Virgo and this person. Show me the energy between Virgo and this person. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, not feeling quite emotionally content here. There's a sense of unhappiness about something. And this person wants to move forward from that, but seems like they can't. They're holding on to it emotionally. Let me see what's affecting this connection. I feel like you love this person. In fact, you feel this person as a soulmate. Show me what's affecting this connection. Temperance in the reverse. Yeah, there's a lack of healing here. There's a lack of healing. Part of that is because this person is holding on to something emotionally, something that happened already. They might be resisting a transformation of the situation. There's definitely a sense of imbalance and a sense of things not being healed. So let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome between Virgo and this person. Show me the outcome between Virgo and this person. Ace of Swords. Okay, so that's clarity and truth. That is in your outcome. So we'll see what we get when we clarify that. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. And that's a very sweet energy, particularly in this deck. It's the underlying energy. And it's this energy that says, you are the right one for me. You're my wish fulfillment. And it's underlying energy. Both of you feel this way. So there's something here that's happened that caused this imbalance. And it just needs to be healed. So let's clarify. Spirit, what is the Lovers here for Virgo? Why is the Lovers here for Virgo? Okay, the Empress. Yeah, you've got very high energy, Virgo, and the 10 of Pentacles reversed. So what this is telling me is that you definitely know your value. You know your self-worth. You're showing up here as being very high vibrational and very balanced as well. However, some of you could feel that this is your soulmate that you've met. You could have family or friends that disapprove of this person. Even though I feel like for you, I feel like for you, you feel this is your person. But you could be unhappy because there's either close friends or family that disapprove of this person in your life. But I don't see you having any doubts. Let me see why the Emperor is here. Show me the Emperor. In fact, it looks like you manifested them and they manifested you. That's why we would be getting this 9 of Cups as underlying energy. All right, so we have the 7 of Cups, King of Wands reversed, and the Ace of Wands reversed. So you have options. You're looking at your options, but you're not actually doing anything about it right now. Why? Well, because there's confusion. There's confusion possibly about an ending. That there's still some healing that needs to take place. I do feel like if you've had an ending with this person, and some of you have, I feel like it's caused you to feel like there's a deep loss. But I don't see you chasing after this person either. I feel like you are taking control of your life. You know that you have a lot of options, but not all of these options are really what would be good for you, and you're aware of that. I don't really see you taking any action towards this person, trying to, come after them or trying to chase them. There's more this energy of you just balancing out your own energy. So let me see the 6 of Swords reversed. Yeah, there it is. There's the Death card. Show me the 6 of Swords reversed for Virgo. Yeah, so we see the ending. It's in both of your energies and you want to reconcile. Yeah, you haven't moved on from this person. There's still some chaos here, though, that needs to be resolved, needs to be handled. There's some confusion in your energy about why this ended or the way that things ended as well. Just know, Virgo, that this person hasn't moved on either. So let's look at their energy. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here in reverse? Why is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for the person in Virgo's energy? Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. Yeah, they're unable to make a decision about what it is that they want to invest in. This person, they're sitting on the fence here. It's like they're going back and forth in their mind, and that's why things are not changing. Again, I see this resisting a transformation, either of the situation or them internally. But I feel like they're kind of sitting back. They're trying to make head over heart decisions, but they're still emotionally involved. They're still emotionally tied to the situation. It's almost like they're trying to sit back and see if you'll come towards them. And I don't see you doing that. Why is the Death card in reverse? Their indecision is... Where did that card go? Pretty sure one came out. It's pretty clear that their indecision is what's keeping things from moving forward in this connection. So, let me... Why is the Death card here in reverse for the person in Virgo's energy? Yeah, they haven't walked away. They're still emotionally tied to the situation. Now, that being said, I feel like they did try to let go. They did try to release this connection. So, they just weren't able to. They're coming back towards you. If this person walked away from the connection, they are coming back towards you. But they realize that if they come back towards you, they're going to have to let their guard down. They can't approach you in this really guarded energy. Healing won't be possible in that environment. Let me see the Magician. Show me the Magician for the person in Virgo's energy. Yeah, Page of Pentacles and the Devil. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. But what I'm seeing here is that this person can be a little manipulative. There's something to do with a text or communication. It is a manipulation, so be careful with that. It could be an offer of some sort. But this person does have like a toxic energy, a manipulation, a manipulative type of energy. So just be aware. That being said, I do feel like they are going to communicate with you. I feel like this person is strongly attracted to you. Let's see the energy between Virgo and this person. Show me the energy between Virgo and this person. Yeah, you're both unhappy with this connection ending. You're both still emotionally attached. Again, the Magician, very strong Gemini energy, and the Moon in reverse. So you may realize that this person is manipulating, that their indecision here is actually a manipulation. There's some sort of a realization, something's coming to light. And here's the thing, Virgo, is it could have been something that either close friends or family may have said to you in the past. And you weren't willing to hear it. And now you might be realizing that some of what they're saying is true. Now, that being said, I do feel like you do miss this person. There's definitely a sense of loss that's here, and you know that. But there's something that has been revealed, and it made you very unhappy. Yeah, something you realized or that was revealed to you made you really unhappy here. I will say this person is, trying to manifest you back into the connection. Just be very careful because they could be playing some mind games here. Let me look at Temperance in reverse. But if they are, you're gonna realize it pretty quickly. Why is Temperance in reverse? All right, we have the Five of Cups reverse, and we have the Emperor. Interesting. Yeah, this person is going to take charge of the situation. They're going to come towards you, but they know that in order for you to hear them, that they're going to have to lower their guard. They can't come in with the same BS. They can't come in holding a grudge, because otherwise you're not going to have anything to do with them. Now, you could be dealing with a twin flame or definitely a soulmate connection. I feel like you're aware of that. I'm not sure if this person is or not, but I definitely feel like you've been very focused on them. However, with the way things ended, there was a lot of confusion, and I feel like you're not actually taking steps towards them, but you are open to them approaching you. The difference being from, now from the past is that you've learned some lessons. You've realized some things about this person, particularly with the fact that there's some toxic energy here. There's some manipulation that's going on, and I feel like you're open to love, but you're going to take the lessons with you. Yeah, and I feel like you're not going to take any more of the confusion. You don't want something that's unbalanced or something that is just sexual without the emotion behind it. So I feel like you're open to them, particularly if they take charge of the situation and actually do something about it, which it does look like they're going to. But I feel like you're going to bring the lessons with you. Let me see the Ace of Swords. Show me the outcome for Virgo. You could be dealing with an Aries as well. Very strong Aries energy. Show me the outcome for Virgo. All right, we have the Strength card, the World, and the Lovers in reverse. Ooh. Okay, so there is a cycle that's ending. Whatever this cycle where this person walked away and I feel like you kind of picked up your life, took charge of it, that whole thing is ending, right? It's ending with truth, with clarity, with communication. Now with the Lovers in reverse, that's a decision. So you started out having to make a decision. This decision is being made. I do feel like it's a judgment call that you're making. And I feel like you are choosing to reconcile with this person, but also choosing not to allow the chaos that was there from before, the toxic energy that was there. So you're coming to a point here where this cycle is ending, right? And you're going to choose either you come to me correct, and you stay correct. Don't bring in that toxic energy, or I'm going to have to end this. It'll be my judgment call on that. I do see you making a decision to end out this cycle and begin something new. Some of you will be reconciling. Others of you could be ending this and moving forward, you know, out of chaos. So just take it as it resonates for you. Now, in their energy, I have to be honest with you, this person is rather manipulative. When they do approach you, I think that they are going to be in that manipulative energy. They do like to come across as being at large and in charge. They know they have to lower their guard in order to come towards you, because I feel like they are realizing that this was a very unbalanced situation, and that if they want to heal this, they can't come to you with defensiveness, okay? So I do see them being the one to approach you. They're coming towards you. The reason that they are in this toxic energy has to do with fear. They're very much so, they're afraid of something here. And it's not really, let's see why the Strength card's in reverse. I'm curious what it is that they fear. Why is the Strength card in reverse? Oh, they fear you breaking up with them. They fear you leaving them. Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, they fear that, you know, with their toxic behavior, that you're just going to end this. And some of you are. Some of you actually are. So either way, this cycle is coming to an end, and it's going to come to an end with a very big conversation. But that, I'm telling you, the reason they're manipulating and the fear, the toxic energy, all of that has to do with their fear that you will leave them, and I feel like move on towards someone new. That's where it's stemming from. Interesting. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the King of Swords. So that you could be dealing with I see very strong Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy is here. Leo energy is actually here as well. So let's pull an oracle card for you, Virgo. Yeah, the unfortunate thing is that this person needs to realize that the very thing that they're fearing is what they're creating, because they're manifesting, and they're manifesting it out of fear. The universe doesn't hear, I don't want them to leave me. The universe just hears, leave me. All right, so you have number 8, and it says, I'm not underestimating my own magic anymore. This is a magic card. It's all about beginnings, transformation, and power. So let's read that. All right, so your affirmation says, I trust in the magic and the power within me. If you've pulled this card, you're entering a powerful and pivotal era in your life. Royal energy of the Queen and King. Your highest self is so proud of you. You're undergoing a spiritual and psychological transformation after a journey of obstacles. Though it may feel new and unfamiliar, it is a potent place for you to grow, take action, and trust yourself more than you ever have before. Do you see how beautiful that sunrise is? It brings with it so many possibilities, adventure and excitement. Be brave, try something new. You've got this. Stop feeding the demon of doubt in your head. Instead, give it love and watch it turn into an angel. It's okay to hit a learning curve. It's okay to make mistakes, especially when you accept accountability for them and try to do better next time while giving yourself more grace, compassion, and forgiveness. You're not going to get it all right or perfect, and you're not supposed to. You're meant to live the fullest and truest expression of yourself. You're meant to feel fully alive. Take the higher path you feel called to. You are the hero of this story, and it's time to stop underestimating how powerful you are. You are capable of so much. You can be a fair and balanced ruler in your own life. All the spiritual guidance you need is within you. Your connection with your own magic and with spirit is very strong, especially at this point in your journey. So remember to trust yourself. You, more than anybody, know where to go next, even if it's just a place of peace and contentment in your own psyche. That's also a path, and if you're coming from turbulence, that is more than enough. Sometimes the journey can only be walked from within. Go to that next place. Do that next thing. It is time. Okay. I hope this has been helpful for you, Virgo. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Virgo, know that you are love, and namaste.